Hi guys, welcome to this week's Barclays Premier League Sports Preview. We're going to be looking at this week's upcoming fixtures and analysing and making some predictions of what we think is going to happen. I'm Cam, he's Sam, and here's our predictions.
First game we're going to be talking about is going to be Burnley against Southampton at Turf Moor. That's what he said, isn't it?
Turf Moor. What should we say? Both teams lost in the previous game week, and I do think it's going to be a bit of a scrappy affair, especially as Burnley aren't the greatest side at the moment in the Premier League, losing 2-0 away to QPR last weekend. It wasn't a great result. Obviously, Charlie Austin's in great form, but I do feel they could have done a bit better in defence. I think the key is keeping Danny Ings dangerous. As long as he's fit, they do have a goal threat, so that's the main thing for me.
Southampton aren't in the greatest of form coming into this game. They lost 2-1 against Manchester United with a fairly lucky double from Robin Van Persie. They got Pelle on the score sheet. If they can keep him in form, I reckon they've got a good chance of beating Burnley.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I do think that Pelle has been one of the signs of the seasons. As you can see, if you guys play fantasy football, he is in the dream team at the moment, so if you do play it, I definitely recommend go and get him, pick him up. He's definitely going to be scoring goals for the rest of the season.
I think that even though Burnley will be at home, Southampton probably got the better side and probably be able to win 2-0, and that's my prediction.
My prediction could be 2-1 Southampton at Turf Moor. Even though Burnley do have a great home crowd and they are usually loud and do get behind the team, I think it will be a comfortable win, and 2-1 Southampton obviously, but I don't think the scoreline will reflect the game as a whole. And I do think Southampton will walk the game, especially with the talent they've got in the squad. I think Tadic will have a great game because Burnley don't have the greatest defence, and his trickery behind the strikers could be very effective.
The next game of the weekend is going to be Chelsea at home, welcoming Hull at the Bridge. Despite Chelsea's defeat against Newcastle, I can definitely see Chelsea winning this one.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will have a comfortable win. I think it was just a blip against Newcastle. Newcastle are in great form though, and that should be taken into consideration. Players like Sammy Amiobi, not done very well in previous seasons, but now possibly showing that he could come into good form and be useful for Newcastle this season. But more on Chelsea, Eden Hazard. He is a great player, but I think at the moment he could offer more to the team in terms of goals and assists. He's not doing as well as he possibly could, but obviously he is a world-class player and he does have the ability to change a game. So yeah, I do think it's going to be an easy game for Chelsea, and Hull don't really stand a chance.
That's good. I think it's important for Chelsea that they managed to get Schürrle in. I don't really see why they don't start him.
Yeah,
he's a great player.
Yeah, he is a very good player. When you talk about Hull,
they did recruit Abel Hernandez in the summer, and if he can get scoring, I reckon Hull could stand a chance in this one.
Elovic has always been a good striker in the Premier League. I mean, when he was at Everton, he did score a few goals. I was slightly baffled by their decision to let him go, but obviously, one's loss is another one's gain, I suppose. So,
faggot.
I haven't got the phrase. I think it's going to be an easy win for Chelsea, as I've previously said. I think it's going to be 4-1. Although Chelsea have played midweek, so you never really know that players can be tired. They could just go in and take a sort of lazy approach to the game.
I think Chelsea are definitely going to win this one. My bet would be a 3-0 win. I can't see them conceding at home to Hull. Moving on to Arsenal now, who will be hosting Newcastle at the Emirates Stadium. They're going to come into this game just having won 4-1 against Galatasaray away. I think it's a great shame for Arsenal that Aaron Ramsey has picked up an injury now and he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks, just as he was starting to get into good form. It's quite disappointing for any Arsenal fan, I think.
Yeah, I'd say it's a devastating blow for Arsenal. I think Ramsey proved last season that he can compete with the best players in the Premier League, and to be fair to him, he did make a difference in the big games. I mean, scoring in the Champions League,
that winner against Hull in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, exactly, and the goal against Galatasaray.
What a beauty!
It just shows the class that he does have. To hit that with his weak foot and for it to just ping off in his top corner, some people may say it's a fluke, but I just think it shows his class. Newcastle coming into the game off the back of a 2-1 home win over Chelsea, as we previously said.
Have lots of confidence.
They're going to have a lot of confidence. Players like Cabella who thrive off the confidence. He's going to be in great form. He's got lots of little tricks. And feeding players like Papi Cissé, who's actually doing surprisingly well. And what do you think of Papi Cissé, Sam?
I just remember that great goal he scored against Chelsea the other season.
Yeah, that was a worldie.
Creamed it. Arsenal may be open to a counter-attack threats from Newcastle, seeing as they've got Koscielny injured now, so Mertesacker hasn't got that support that he usually does, and Chambers is also won't be able to play, as well as Monreal, so Arsenal are going to be really short at the back. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
No, neither am I. I think Wenger's usually done quite well in previous seasons at integrating young players. I mean, you could take Szczesny, for example. His first game was against Man United, I believe. Not a great confidence builder, and so I think they lost. But yeah, it just shows that he's not afraid to bring in young players, chop and change things. They got a player called Bellerin.
He did play.
They do have a lot more squad depth than previous seasons, so we'll just see how that all comes out. I think it's going to be 2-2 between these two sides at the Emirates Stadium. I think the Gunners do have a good side going forward. I think they're a lot better side when they have Ozil in. You notice when Ozil isn't there rather than when he is. Next up is the game at Old Trafford on Sunday, the big one, Manchester United versus Liverpool, probably the biggest game in this week's game week. United in good form, I think it's 4 or 5 wins in a row for them. Van Persie firing on all cylinders.
It's just a shame Di Maria's injured, really.
Yeah.
Because if they had him, they definitely would be raking in the goals now.
Yeah, he does provide. He's not one of them players where you just see him pop up every now and then. He does add goals and assists to the side. And obviously his electric pace is sort of terrifying.
Friday. I haven't been too impressed with Liverpool's performances as yet in the Premier League. I don't think Sturridge has given enough to the team. I think they're definitely missing Suarez a lot more than they thought they would this season. And I can definitely see Manchester United winning this game.
Liverpool, they brought in players like Markovic in the summer, and I don't think it was the right move. He's not going to be able to replace Suarez with any player, I don't believe. I think Suarez was world class and one of a kind, but bringing in players like Markovic just wasn't good enough for me. I think he should have brought in a more experienced player, a world class player, someone who's proven himself. I mean, they were in for Diego Costa, but Chelsea snapped him up. He would have been the perfect striker for them, in my opinion. But yeah, they didn't get him, and now Sam's trying to really talk.
Banter!
As a United fan, I do hope and I do predict that United are going to smash Liverpool. I think it's going to be a comfortable win. I think it should be 3-0, I'm going to go with. I don't think Liverpool have the firepower at all. I think they're not utilising Lallana. Everybody saw how good he was last season. But
and for England.
And for England, yeah.
I can also see Manchester United winning this game. I'm going to predict 2-0 win, Manchester United. Because I just don't think Liverpool's defence are going to be able to keep up with Rooney, Van Persie. That's it, really.
Fair enough.
I think Andy Carroll looks like a horse.
This is great banter. It really is.
Good night.